Alright guys, today we're talking WWE 2K15 as a lot of sites that attended Saturday's 2K15 press event have begun posting their hands-on impressions of the game, and there's quite a lot of details to get through, so let's dive straight in. First up, there's the chain grappling system, which we now have a much better understanding of, as whenever you grapple for the first time in a match, you'll go into the collar and elbow tie-up position. From here, both players either press triangle, circle or square to select a headlock, a wrist lock or a waist lock in what is a paper rock scissors style minigame. As indicated on screen by the directional arrows, the headlock beats the wrist lock beats the waist lock, and the waist lock beats the headlock. So depending on which buttons the players choose, one person will come out on top and we'll move on to the second stage, which sees two circles appear on the screen with blue dots in the middle. For this minigame, you'll need to rotate the right analog stick until it starts to vibrate and finds a sweet spot, in which case the circle will then turn red and start to grow. If the person applying the move finds the sweet spot, they'll go on to perform a move, but if the opponent finds it, they'll transition into another hold which sees them in a dominant position. Alternatively, for the attacker, instead of finding the sweet spot, they can choose to strike the opponent, which will then reset the sweet spot and make it harder to fill up the circle with the red dot, but by using multiple strikes they'll also end the minigame. Based on the feedback from the people that tried it at the event, this system seems to have gone down well, but for anyone that doesn't like the sound of locking up instead of being able to use your regular grapple moves, you'll be glad to know that the minigames can be turned off in the options menu, and that the larger powerful stars that would dominate a lockup such as the Big Show won't actually use them. When it comes to the new stamina system, this cannot be turned off like the chain grappling minigame, as 2K have said that it's an integral part of the game this year and leads to all the different variations in move animations when a player is tired. For those that don't know how it works, as shown on screen, there is now a stamina bar included in the new player HUD, which starts out light blue and then changes colour when it empties up to a maximum of 3 times. While you're in the first tier, the stamina bar, you'll be able to hit moves with ease, but as you perform moves, strikes or run around, the bars start to empty and you'll go down to the second tier, which sees you slow down. When it empties a second time, you'll move into the third tier, which sees you visibly exhausted, meaning your moves will also look tired and be more of a chore than at the beginning of a match, with one of the articles noting that if your stamina is too low, you won't even be able to hit a finisher, as you'll need at least half a bar of stamina to do so. The good news though is that you can recover stamina by staying down after moves, with various animations included that see you drop down to one knee to take a breather, which will eventually help you recover. If that still proves to be too much of a hindrance, although you can't turn the stamina system off, you can adjust the sliders in the options menu, and that should stop it draining as quick. Based on the articles, this got a lot of mixed reactions. Some of the more casual gaming sites complained about it, but the likes of Operation Sports, who are wrestling fans and play a lot of the games, actually enjoyed it, and they noted that it really added to the game. Aside from those two focal points, there was also a lot of smaller information that came out of the articles, starting with the news that you can now store signature moves this year and switch between signature and finisher moves by pressing the RB or R1 button. Also, as I mentioned earlier, the wake up tones have changed and they now work by holding the finisher button, which sees your opponent wake up and get to the feet, although there was no mention of these being unreversible like in the Gameblog article. Another small addition to the game sees players now able to climb to the second rope on the turnbuckle and deliver moves such as Bret Hart's elbow drop, so we could see this used for bigger, heavier superstars who you wouldn't expect to fully climb the turnbuckle. For people wondering which system the game will look best on, 2K also promised that the game will run at 1080p and 60 frames per second on both Xbox One and PlayStation 4. As we move on to OMG Moments, it was confirmed that Cesaro's Big Swing is one of the new ones this year, and that catch and catapult finishers are both returning. For people wanting to know if we'll see dynamic updates to the roster this year, such as updating John Cena's shirts when he debuts a new one, 2K's Mark Little confirmed that they are planning them, but we may not see them this year. He did though say that there's still a chance we'll see updated attires for Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, noting that they're trying their best to keep everyone up to date. Other news out of the articles once again confirmed the return of Universe Mode, and that Career Mode will see you start at the WWE training facility in Florida, then go to NXT and wrestle on the undercards of Raw and SmackDown before making your way to the main roster and main event and pay-per-views before you eventually end up being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Finally, the last bit of news in the articles talks about the 2K Showcase mode, of which players only got to watch the openings to the feuds and then try the first match of the CM Punk and John Cena rivalry, with all the articles saying that it is just like in the past couple of years, but this time you'll have to complete the objectives in the order that they happened instead of just at any point in the match. As for Punk's model, a lot of them noted that it was off compared to the other ones which were scanned, with one site going as far as saying that it looked like Stone Cold Steve Austin wearing a wig. Make of that what you will, I can't see it being anywhere near as that bad, but let me know what you think of all of today's news in the comments, And until next time, I'll catch you later.